Hello there, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Barcelona. Today we are taking on Benfica on match day 3 of the Champions League. As you can see, we've got our group here. We are currently top, 2 wins from 2, which is fantastic. The form has just dropped off a little bit in La Liga as well. We'll have a look at that. And we're going to also just have a quick overview now of the Champions League, because we haven't looked at all the groups so far. So as you can see, Group A, bit of a surprise at the minute. The Bayern, after 2 games, only have 1 point. Lyon and Napoli leading the way in that one. Liverpool and Atletico Madrid, no surprise, are 2 from 2. But of course, they're now going to be playing each other on match days 3 and 4. So those are going to be massive games. We take on Benfica home and away now over the next 2 match days. As you can see, as I say, we've already got 2 wins. I think we won 2-1 in France against Lille, but we absolutely battered them. We were 2-0 up and cruising. They got one back in the second half. We should have won that 5 or 6. And again against Inter as well, we were phenomenal at home against them. Only won 1-0. So we've dominated most of our games this season without really getting the results that we should have got. As you can see, Manchester City are in one of the tightest groups ever. Everybody has won one of their 2 games. They are all on 3 points, which is definitely making that the group to watch. I don't actually know where's Group D? So Manchester City are playing Club Brugge over the next 2, or Club Brugge, I think it is, isn't it? They pronounce that. So yeah, Man City are playing the Belgians head-to-head, Ajax and Atalanta going head-to-head. Be very interested to see how that group shapes up. Group E is looking very interesting as well. Look at that. Leipzig and Shakhtar Donetsk are top. They've played 3 games now, because obviously we're on the Wednesday. And Juventus are in 3rd place in that group with 1 win and 2 defeats. And Celtic are bottom. Sorry, Celtic fans, but look kind of like the whipping boys of the group. Group F also has a little bit of a surprise in that Slavia Prague are 2nd ahead of Dortmund and Valencia. Tottenham and Bayer Leverkusen are in the qualification spots in Group G, and no surprise in Group H that Real Madrid and Paris Saint-Germain are the leaders in that group. Harry Kane and Odsonne Edouard are really lighting the tournament up with 7 goals apiece. I showed you this guy before. I was looking at signing him, but I just don't know whether to pull the trigger on him or not. We do need a striker to back up Antoine Griezmann, and I don't know whether to go for this guy or not. I mean, he is wanted by Liverpool and Man United as well. I'm not sure whether to go for him. He would be cheap. He would probably cost less than 30 million. Just don't know whether to go for him or not. Bjorn Jonsson, 27-year-old, he's also on 6 goals for Rosenborg, but I don't think he looks good enough for us. Kylian Mbappe and Rondon of Cluj, who is 33. Where's he played? I know it's not Salomon Rondon, but don't know him. He hasn't played in Europe really, other than with Cluj. He's 33 though, so he's not on the radar. Harry Kane's up there as well in the average rating. Rosenborg are featuring quite heavily in this. 23-year-old Nigerian Samuel Adegbenro is top of the assist chart. He's got 4 assists in his 11 matches, because obviously they would have played qualifiers. The one thing to notice, none of our players are in those stats at the minute, but hopefully that will change as we go on. Right, let's have a look then. We've looked at the groups. Let's have a look at our matches since that Clasico defeat. And again, every time I have to put my custom schedule view in there. So yeah, we had that defeat obviously in the last episode. We then beat Valladolid 1-0 at home. Antoine Griezmann with a header from a Messi cross. Again, dominated. There's that Lille result. We won 2-1, as I say. Messi and Griezmann getting the goals, and it was a stoppage time goal back for Lille. And then we've had 2 draws, which on the face of it are not bad. 0-0 at Sevilla, 1-1 at Celta, are not that bad. But we kind of lose ground one week and make it back the next. I mean, you can see Sevilla are 9th. They were higher than that when we drew that. And Celta are right behind us in 6th, level with us, in fact. So on the face of it, a draw in each of those away from home is not bad. But our only away win so far was that 5-0 against Espanyol in the derby that we saw a couple of episodes ago. So we need to pick up away from home. At home, we're doing really well. And everyone else is dropping points, taking points off each other. Atletico beat Real right after the Clasico, and then I think they lost a game. And Real drew, I think, their next match after that. And you can see they're going away to Levante, which, going by the table, is a bit of banana skin for them. So, 2 disappointing results. If we'd got 2 wins there, we'd be right up there. But 5 points behind after 9 games... it's salvageable, I think. It's salvageable. that's what I'm clinging to anyway. So we are one of the early kickoffs today. Where's the other early kickoff? It is PSV against Galatasaray. So obviously we'll keep an eye on that, and we will, before the end of the video, we'll see how everybody's got on in the group, just for completion, really, so that everybody in the group has played 3 games. We'll know what is happening. Don't like the fact that Benfica are wearing their home kit when it's red, but it is what it is. I've made a few changes to the team. Ricky Puig is coming in for a start today. Obviously, I'm trying to keep an eye on the schedule and see what we've got. We've got Leganés coming up at home. I really need to win that game. So, Frankie de Jong's playing there at the minute because Sergio Roberto hasn't really had a break, so he's going to have a little rest. Got a few players down here that are having a rest as well. So, yeah, it's still a strong team. I mean, it's still Fati, Griezmann and Messi up top. I'm still evaluating the squad. I'm still trying to figure out what sort of position I'm looking at strengthening in the January window. Definitely would like a left-sided attacker, just because Ansu Fati's a teenager. I can't be relying on him to play week in, week out. Abel Ruiz hasn't really had an impact at the moment. Dani Olmo hasn't particularly played well when I've put him in there. So I've been looking at the Gremio winger, Everton. He's been linked a lot with European clubs, hasn't he, in real life? I've been looking at him because apparently I think I can get him for less than 30 million. So he is definitely one that we're looking at. If we play our game, we'll win. We're very capable of that. Let's go with that one. I also wondering about a right back. Danny Moret is doing all right, but I wonder if I need to just have a slightly better right back. I mean, we have got Sergio Roberto that could play there, so maybe we're okay there. Jordi Alba's out at the starting 11. It's a long season. Alex Grimaldo, I would love him. He's a former Barcelona player. I would absolutely love him, but it would be a waste of money. We don't really have space for him. We've got Junior Firpo, obviously we've got Jordi Alba, we've got a couple of young kids like Marc Cucurella and Juan Miranda, both out on loan at the minute. Juan Miranda, he's got 2 years left of his contract with us, and he's on a 2-year loan with Schalke, so definitely going to be keeping a close eye on him. As Galatasaray have got an early goal in their game. I think it was Steven Nzonzi that's got that in Eindhoven. And we're on the defensive here, but it's a good header clear. Griezmann's going to pick it up now. Ricky Puig. Big opportunity for him, and he's played a great ball back through for Griezmann, who's in on his left foot and scores after 10 minutes. And Ricky Puig with the assist. Oh, what a start for the kid. I desperately need to give him more minutes on the pitch. This is why he's playing today. It's a big, big game. It's a good ball. Look at Griezmann with the run. He just flies forward, doesn't he? Isn't tracked at all. He's on his left foot all the way. And one-on-ones don't generally get scored. It has to be said. There has been an update since I did the last episode, though, so maybe they've addressed that a little bit. But that was a brilliant finish, a brilliant direct counter-attack goal as well, really. What a ball from Ricky Puig. He is such a good player. I cannot wait to see him progress. A win here puts us on 9 points. It would virtually put us through. We would still need at least another point, probably another win. 4 wins and you're definitely through. 10 points and you're probably through. As Gabriel plays that forward, but Raul de Tomas is not alive to it. And Neto, who's been impressing me as well, Neto, he's done all right. He's making that number 1 shirt his own at the minute as Puig plays another ball through and Griezmann's in again. Oh, and this time it's a really good save. He came out off his line but stood up and was able to tip that over. But again, Ricky Puig with that wonderful ball over the top, and he is really playing himself into contention for a regular spot. 2 sensational passes that have cut out the entire Benfica team, and Griezmann has scored one and had one brilliantly saved by Zlobin. But yeah, really, really happy with this performance so far. Benfica not getting a look in. We are totally dominating this. And Griezmann's in again! This time on his right foot, and he's offside, funnily enough. That was tight. I think that would have gone to VAR had he scored. Highlights keep on coming. We're playing on key highlights, and we are getting a lot of them. He is Messi. We've not really seen much of him. It's been Griezmann and this kid, Ricky Puig, today so far. Tried to lift that one over the top. He's onto it again. He slipped Griezmann in again. And it's them 2 again. It's 2-0 on the half hour. And this is becoming the Ricky Puig show. What a pass again. He tries one here. with his left foot, tries just to clip one over. It's headed away by Ferro, but he's onto it straight away and then just slips a lovely ball through. One touch and an instant finish. Takes it away from everyone. And Griezmann is on the score sheet. It's a double for him. It's a double assist for Riqui Puig, the little wonder kid. Really got high hopes for him in real life. And, we could be on Vinicius Neto at the other end. See what I mean? Brilliant save from Neto there to deny Vinicius. He is a really good keeper, Neto. I'm really, really happy with him. Andre Onana is doing all right, but at the minute, I haven't got a cemented first choice. So even Iñaki Peña's done well when he's played. So I've got 3 keepers that are all vying for it. And to be honest, I think Onana's probably third in that list at the moment. In fact, I probably wouldn't have even signed a keeper if Neto hadn't have had a fairly lengthy injury at the start of the game. He must be offside, Vinicius there. He's put it wide. The flag didn't go. I mean, the linesman's only just caught up. He must have been offside. I think VAR surely would have pulled that one back if he'd have scored. But they're coming into it a little bit. They're giving it away now. Thiago to Messi. Instant ball over the top and Griezmann's in again. It's a high line. That is a stinking finish. Griezmann, wow. They must be playing a really high line because we are just getting in behind. I mean, Griezmann's not the quickest, but he is just getting in behind them all the time. As Rafa Silva's coming away and scores a brilliant goal. He scores a brilliant goal. Ricardo Pereira dived in on the challenge and kind of allowed him to get through. And this is the story of our season so far. We dominate games. Look at that, he just dives in. And then he can't get back to Rafa Silva. And you've got to say it's poor positioning from Neto. You've got to criticise him on that one. He left all that side of his goal open. But this, as I say, is the story of our season. We just let teams back into it. Look at those stats. We should be clear and away. The amount of one-on-ones we've had, we should have this one to bed already. But I'm going to say he's played well, but there's still room for improvement. Don't want to criticise them too much because it's a quality goal they've just let off. They've just let in. Don't want to stress them out. We just want them to go out there, carry on playing. If they carry on playing like they were, we will win this comfortably. PSV and Galatasaray are 1-1 in their group at the minute. Here we go with an early highlight then. 50 minutes on the watch. Thiago sweeps the ball out to Ricardo Pereira. Haven't seen much of Messi so far today. And Griezmann's in. How do you not get to that rebound? Came off the bar. Came back to him. And the defender got in there. And that should have been 3-1. But we're doing all right. We've got a couple of nervous looking players. Ansu Fati, I think I'm going to take him off. I haven't mentioned him at all, have I, Ansu Fati? I mean, he's not one of the players I should be taking off, but I'm going to. I need to take Griezmann off. I need to give Griezmann a rest. But I'm going to give him another 10-15 minutes because I want him to get the hat-trick. I don't like taking a striker off when he's got a brace. I really don't. I'm going to take Fati off, but I'm going to bring Dani Olmo on for him. I'm going to give Dani Olmo another game out there, and I'm tempted to take Riqui Puig off, but I really could do with resting Messi and Griezmann, but we've got Leganés at home, so I might leave Messi on because I can always play Suso or Carlos Perez against Leganés if I need to. So we'll leave it with just that one at the minute. We'll take Fati off because he's been rubbish. He's not been involved, and we'll give Dani Olmo a good 35 minutes out there on that left-hand side to see if he can do it. He's a really good player, Dani Olmo, but he's struggling at the moment. To be fair, we don't really use his position at the moment. Galatasaray have scored. Falcao scored for Galatasaray. Right, Griezmann's coming off. I'm going to give Abel Ruiz a game. Going to give Abel Ruiz 20-odd minutes up top. Junior Firpo's looking nervous, but we haven't got anyone that we can bring on for him. And I'm tempted. I should really take Messi off. Yeah, we'll take Messi off and we'll give Carlos Perez a game. Because Carlos Perez has been doing really well. I want to show you the under-19s as well. Maybe we'll do that in the next video. They are absolutely killing it in their division. And I made a real mistake at the start of the game when I set it up. I didn't put the Segunda B in it. I only have the Segunda and La Liga. And of course Barca B playing the Segunda. So all those good players at Barca B are not playing. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to add them all to the development list for January and see if we can get them all out on loan. I have added it, the Segunda B, so from next season we will have it. And Carlos Perez has scored! Oh, what an impact. Junior Firpo's deep cross. Carlos Perez with an expert header. His first goal of the season. Could well be his first goal for the club. Dani Olmo gives it back to Junior Firpo. Instant cross. Carlos Perez. What a header. And the youngsters put this one to bed. And just the sort of impact I was looking for from him. And it's a comfortable lead now that we deserve. And we're going to just give him a little praise, because it has been a superb performance. Benfica are no mugs. This has been really, really good. As we come through to the 93rd minute, and that is it. It's all over. I quite like the fact that we don't get these stupid exit highlights anymore. I quite like that fact that it just goes straight to this screen. It means if you get highlight in stoppage time, something's going to happen. So Ricky Puig, it looks like he might have man of the match there, with 2 assists. Brilliant performance from the kid. Just what I was looking at. So many positives out of this game. I mean, Griezmann just is very flaky striker, but I find the lone striker, it always is. So Leo Messi didn't have a good game. Ansu Fati didn't have a good game. But Carlos Perez has come on and done brilliantly. Ricky Puig has played a full 90 and been absolutely brilliant. Good performances throughout the team elsewhere as well. Thiago had a really good game in midfield. So there are a lot of positives there. Very pleased with the result in your performance. Really, really happy with that. So, yeah, we will go through now and we'll see what has happened with the Inter match and every other group game. So, yeah, back in a second. Right, everybody's played. You can see Bayern got a win in Russia against Lokomotiv with goals from Lewandowski and Çalhanoğlu. Oh, my favourite player when he was at Leverkusen is now at Bayern. Napoli won as well in Lyon, so that to me suggests that that's just really tightened up between Bayern, Napoli and Lyon. Galatasaray we knew won. Liverpool got a brilliant win in Madrid at the Wanda against Atletico. Inter won 4-0 against Lille, which is a sort of result we should have done. Arturo Vidal getting a couple for them there. Ajax beat Atalanta and Man City won against Club Brugge, so Ajax and Man City have gone clear in that group now. So Bayern have tightened it up a little bit. It is all to play for in Group A after 3 games. Liverpool have put themselves in the driving seat in Group B. We are now, as I say, probably 1 win away, well, definitely 1 win away from qualifying, but definitely, a point would possibly be enough. 10 should be enough to get you through there, but obviously we would rather go to Lisbon and win. Ajax and Man City have edged ahead in their group. Juve are, and obviously we know E, F and G and H are as they were. Just before we finish, I just want to show you the kid that scored against us. Well, the kid I say, Rafa. He suddenly entered my radar for a January signing. He's an inverted winger. And he looks really, really good. I mentioned about Everton. If we have a little comparison, they're very, very similar. Everton's ever so slightly quicker, tiny bit better with the vision. But other than that, and he's a little bit better in the air, but I'm not really looking for an aerial threat out there, to be honest. We don't put high crosses in. It's low crosses generally. So at the moment, Rafa's looking fairly good. The problem is as well, Everton is out for 3 to 4 months, so he's out of the reckoning for January, you would imagine. The only problem we've got, and this is with both of them, is that they might struggle to adapt to living in another country. Now, for Everton, I could kind of get that, I guess, because he's coming from Brazil. Rafa's coming from Portugal to Spain. That's not that big a move. Surely, you're not going to struggle that much. But it does look like we'd get him reasonably cheap and a decent wage as well. And speaking of finances, I just been back to the board and asked them to increase the revenue from transfers retained, and we've got it up from 75 to 90%. So happy days. Only problem is we don't actually don't have any players that are wanted by anyone at the minute. So it probably doesn't really matter at the moment, but you never know. Right, that's it for this one, guys. Thank you very much. I am tempted to potentially come back for the next game against Benfica. I'm not sure though, because it's quite close to where we are now, but we'll see. We might come back for that because it's kind of a pivotal game. Maybe we'll focus on the Champions League group at the minute. If it goes wrong in Lisbon, we've then got the trip to Inter and then a home game against Lille. So maybe we'll concentrate on the Champions League from now on for a little bit. The next video, whatever happens though, we will have a look at the under-19s because, as I say, they are absolutely killing it at the minute. So I just want to show you those kids. So yeah, remember, watch, like, share, subscribe, and I will see you very soon. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Adios, amigos.